It says write in slope-intercept form. The key with slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So essentially what you guys got to remember for slope-in form is to get y by itself. Okay? So here it is. You notice this first one's in standard. I got to get y by itself. 3x is combining. -2 is multiplying. Always undo combining first. Always put the x term in front of the constant. Okay? These are not going to combine. It's just -3x positive 12. Divide out the -2. Y equals, we can reduce this here, or make this positive at least. Positive 3 halves x. This divides -6. Slope-intercept form. Okay? Now if you notice the next one, it's actually in point-slope form. Okay? And I want to get it into slope-in form again. Got to get y by itself. Point-slope form is not a reduced form, so we're going to have to do a little distributing here to clean this up. So y -5 equals -2x positive 6. Okay? And then to get y by itself, simply add 5. And I will have y equals -2x positive 11. And the slope-intercept form is not that bad to get because you just got to get y by itself. Okay? Moving on, letter B. It says write in standard form. Okay? So here's what I'm saying. Standard form is combining x and y on one side, an equal sign, and a total. If I see a fraction, I'm killing it. I see a fraction, I see a third, I want to suck that up with multiplication. So I will multiply by 3, and I will multiply everything by 3. So I'll have 3y equals, these 3's will reduce, it's x -12. And we just do some shuffleage to get x and y on the same side. So minus the x, -x positive 3y equals -12. Be prepared to have standard form and slope-intercept form and work with them on the state test. You're going to have them. All right, here I got a one in point-slope form. Put it in standard form. Got to simplify. So y positive 8 is 3x positive 6. Shuffle the x over on the same side as the y. Shuffle the constants to the same side over here. I don't know, when you throw it across, it turns into its opposite, so if you can remember that. -3x positive y equals, this 8 comes across as -8, and you'd have -2, and there you go. Okay? Alright. Write an equation for line A in standard form. Now this is what I was getting at earlier. We should be able to take a graph line and make an equation for it in slope-in form. Possibly, or point-slope form, and then convert it over into standard form. You're not going to mentally go to standard form instantly in your mind, at least most people will not. Okay? So here it is, and I'm going to look for facets that I need for slope-intercept form. So the slope and the y-intercept. Now line A, I don't see the y-intercept. It looks between 5 and 6, but I can't say what it is exactly. So I'm going to forget about slope-in form. And instead, I do see this. Now that's not a y-intercept, but it's a point on the corner, and it's at 8, 0. So I'm actually going to plug into point slope form, okay? Because I do not know the y-intercept. Now I need to find the slope on this line. When you find the slope on a line, pick 2 points that hit at corners and ask yourself what the rise and run are. Now I see a point right there. So to me, I'm going down 2 over 3. Okay, so I'm seeing a slope of -2/3. Okay? Whoops. Alright, so this is not slope-intercept because that's not a y-intercept. This would be point-slope form. So point-slope form is that. Alright, and I can plug in the values of the point I know and the slope and plug it in here. So y minus the y coordinate of my point, y minus 0, equals my slope, -2/3 times x minus the x coordinate at my point is 8. And now I kind of can go work with this thing. So this is just y. I'm going to distribute that. -2/3 x positive, that looks like 16 over 3 to me. Okay? Now remember what I said about fractions. You want standard form? I got to get the x and y together, but I'm going to get rid of these fractions now. I got thirdsies and they're haunting me. So I want to do a divider by 3. I'm going to multiply by 3. everything. So I will have 3y equals, these 3's reduce, so that's negative 2x. These 3's reduce, positive 16. And now it's simply a matter of tossing this x term over here with the y term to get standard form, turns into its opposite. So I'm seeing, when it's all said and done, positive 2x plus 3y equals 16. Okay? You had to use point slope form on that one because the y-intercept was not handed to you on a silver platter. Okay, so we went with point slope form. Alright, now the second part here, write an equation for b in slope bit form and standard form. Well, line B is actually, should be a little bit easier. I'm seeing the y-intercept, and it looks like it goes right through the origin. And the slope, I think I'm also seeing, if I go a corner point to corner point, rise 4, run 1. So the slope is 4, the y-intercept is 0. So if I'm plugging into y equals mx plus b, because I can, because I've got the y-intercept, I'm going to see that y equals the slope was 4, and the y-intercept was at 0. Now I'm not going to put plus 0 line here. So there's my equation in slope bit form. So I got half that problem done just by looking at it with my eyeballs. Now the other part is to transfer this into standard, which would mean bringing this 4x over here, turns into its opposite. So negative 4x positive y equals 0. There you go. Okay, kids, working with linear equation forms is not as hard as going to the dentist and sitting there and trying to smile if you're in pain. But it shouldn't be that bad. But slope in, standard form, sometimes you have to use point slope form because you do not have a y-intercept point. But if you do have to use point slope form, you can still convert it into slope in standard form if you need to. Okay? So this is the idea of taking graphs of lines and writing them in their equation model. I hope that helps, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.